Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine solar panels that work not just when the sun is, blazing down, but also when it's raining. Sounds like a pretty big leap, right? Today's deep dive is into rain-powered solar panels, Concord's renewable energy future. And we're drawing from a really fascinating white paper on this.
Exactly. And our mission for you today really is to explore how these hybrid systems actually work. Then we'll look at why a place like Concord, New Hampshire is, well, almost uniquely suited as a testing ground. And finally, we'll get into their current capabilities, maybe some limitations, and of course, the economics of it all.
Okay, so you said they're not just regular solar panels.
Hmm.
What's the big difference? I mean, how do they capture energy in such a new way?
Yeah, this is where it gets really interesting. These hybrid panels, they combine traditional photovoltaic cells, that's PV, with something called triboelectric nanogenerators, or TENNGs for short.
Netting, so
Right.
okay.
And the unique part is harvesting energy from raindrops. It uses something called the triboelectric effect.
Ah, like static electricity.
Sort of. Think of it like that, yeah. You've got these special transparent polymer layers on top of the panel. When raindrops hit and roll off, the friction between the water and these layers actually generates a small electrical charge.
Wow.
And crucially, these layers, specifically things like PDMS and P2T.PSS, they're see-through. So the normal solar cells underneath, they keep working just fine when the sun is out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the concept is definitely proven, but current research models, they show pretty modest outputs from the rain part alone. We're talking like peak currents around 33 nanoamps.
Okay, so not powering a whole house with just rain yet.
Not yet, no. It shows the
Yeah.
principle works, but there's definitely room for improvement, for more efficiency there.
Got it. That integration is clever, though.
Yeah.
But why Concord, New Hampshire?
Yeah.
What is it about Concord that makes it such a good spot for this tech? What stands out to you?
Well, Concord's climate, when you look at the numbers, it's quite compelling. The city gets, on average, over 40 inches of rain a year.
That's a fair bit.
It is, and about 61 inches of snow, too. So you have this really varied weather. Lots of times when traditional solar panels, the efficiency drops because of clouds or, well, precipitation. That's where these dual-function panels could really shine, so to speak.
Right. Makes sense.
And beyond just the averages, Concord deals with some notable weather extremes, too. Things like a higher-than-average earthquake risk, actually.
Really? Earthquakes?
Yeah, index 4.42, plus a moderate tornado risk, lots of thunderstorms, over 1,000 recorded, and, occasional flooding. So it's this mix of steady, moderate precipitation and these occasional extremes that creates really favorable conditions for technology that aims for more consistent energy, whatever the weather's doing.
That all-weather reliability sounds amazing. It really does. But, okay, let's talk brass tacks. The white paper mentions these hybrid systems are roughly twice the price of conventional solar. That's a big hurdle.
It is. No getting around that.
So how do you balance that upfront cost against this promise of being, potentially 4 times more effective overall? Where's the real tipping point for someone thinking about this today?
That's the key question, isn't it? And you're right to focus on the current reality. This tech is still early stage. It's mostly in research labs, not mass production.
Okay.
And like we said, the output just from rain is modest right now.
Okay.
So cost, it's a major factor. A 5-kilowatt hybrid system, for example, might be estimated around $32,000. That's before any incentives. Compare that to maybe $16,000, give or take, for a traditional system of the same size.
Oof, yeah, double.
But both systems do qualify for the 30% federal investment tax credit, the ITC. So that brings the hybrid cost down closer to $22,400. Still more, but it helps.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the interesting part, the potential calculation shift. While a traditional 5-kilowatt-hour system in Concord might give you around 6,000 kilowatt-hours a year, mostly from sunny days, right?
Right.
A smaller hybrid system, say 3 kilowatt-hour, could potentially hit a similar total annual production.
Because it's working more often.
Exactly, because it's also generating some power during Concord's 100-plus days of precipitation each year. Some manufacturer claims even suggest they can be up to 4 times more effective when you factor in all weather conditions, not just sunshine.
Okay, that's a powerful claim.
It is. Now, the estimated payback period reflects the higher initial cost. It's maybe 8 to 10 years for hybrid versus 6 to 8 for traditional. But what you gain is that improved reliability, that more consistent generation throughout the year. So, yes, higher upfront cost, but the long-term view, especially in variable climates, could increasingly favor systems like these. It's a trade-off for resilience.
That really does frame the potential perfectly. Hybrid solar offers this compelling vision, changing how we think about reliable green energy, especially for places that aren't sunny California.
Absolutely. And look, while that higher initial investment is real and the tech is still developing, hybrid solar directly tackles a core weakness of traditional solar. It offers this promise of truly consistent renewable energy. As the research moves forward, as efficiency gets better, and hopefully as prices come down with scale, they could become a much more common, much more viable option for regions like Concord.
Yeah, you can see that path forward.
So maybe the question for you to think about is, what does that future look like, where our energy isn't just banking on sunny days? And how could consistent all-weather solar really change local energy independence, not just for homes, but maybe for whole communities, powering critical things even when the weather gets rough?